Warm welcome to all of you who are attending this session. So I want to start with the introduction about, that we have two different levels of consciousness. Of course, there are many levels, but in this session, we'll just stick to two. One is, the ego self, which we are all very familiar with, and those in the spiritual path are more familiar and want to kind of, go beyond the ego self. So what is the ego self? The ego self is the one that always feels very separate from another. It's based on divisions. It's based on desire and fear. Okay, so it's always oscillating between I need this, and sometimes it's like I've got it, now I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. And the ego self can be like, it always feels like either I'm lesser than everybody else, or it feels like I'm greater than everybody else. So its whole identity is always based on duality and division. And, that's a very constricted way of living your life. But there is another level of consciousness, which is your true self, which you don't have to acquire or become. You're already that. But because of so much of conditioning, and we're being taught that we're separate and, we need to do some things in life. So this is the conditioning from our childhood that we are separate, we're separate, we're separate. And it's become a habit now. So the ego is more of a habit, and the true self is the reality. So the true self is based on oneness. The true self recognizes everybody to be the same true self. Okay, so sometimes when you feel, a certain sense of compassion, even towards a stranger, what is that? Where does that come from? It comes from your true self. When you feel love for another, where does it come from? It comes from your true self. The ego's love will be very conditional. It will be like, if I get this, if you give me what I need, I love you. And when that changes, it can even change to hate. So there is a difference between the love of the true self and the love of the ego. And I think every one of us has experienced the unconditional love of God, or unconditional love present in our true self. So this session, I would like to guide you to that truth within you, which is here right now. So let's start with a simple experiment. So one thing is, and none of these are really techniques, because the truth is not something, we practice and acquire. The truth is already here. So maybe it's more like a recognition. So in your experience, pick out any object and just witness that object. It could be anything, a pen, a book. Witness it without any judgment. Do it right now, would be more beneficial. And so remove all judgments of good, bad, I like this, I don't like this. Just observe. Also, observe the space around the object. So to give you an example, I'm looking at a pen. So just for a moment, just for the next few seconds, I'm going to look at this pen with no feelings of it's good, it's bad, its brand, where it came from. It's just what it is. And notice the space around the object. Just simply notice, I'll keep quiet for a few seconds. So notice this object. It's a very simple exercise, but it's very powerful. So just do it like this. Observe the object without any judgment. Neither good, nor bad, nor expensive or cheap. No knowledge about the object, just observe. Now close your eyes. And bring to your mind somebody in your life. Bring the picture of this person into your mind. And just hold this image of this person without any judgments, without any past or future. This person is neither good nor bad. Just for the next 30 seconds. No judgment. This person is in your consciousness right now. How does it feel to look at somebody without any judgment? You might sense a feeling of calm, a relaxation. Some of you may sense a feeling of love. What does it feel to allow somebody to be in your presence without any judgment, without labeling them, without expecting anything from them? Open your eyes. So notice that the ego always wants to get something from another person. It wants to put a person in a slot. He's good, he's bad, he's okay. And it wants to add knowledge to that person or to the object. So even when an ego looks even at a flower, not everyone, but for some people, it will be like, okay, this is not so great. An orchid is great, but this is a very ordinary flower. So can you see how we add a layer of our past into everything that appears in our experience? Even, like probably when you look at a baby, that's the few times when that you don't have a judgment. But otherwise, everybody in our life also, how much judgments we have, how much of their past is always in our filter. So we're not looking at things, we're looking at our own conditioning through the filter of our own conditioning. What if we can remove these filters? What if we look at life just the way it is? So the ego's habit of judging everything can be observed. Okay. Can anyone share what was the experience when they brought into their mind the image of their loved ones without any judgment?
I had a feeling of peace. I mean, in the sense that it was feeling good, just a good feeling. I felt better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Malti.
Right, Malti. Yes. So that's the first feeling that comes in, like a sense of peace and a relaxation. And that's how, the true self looks at everything in this world. It looks at everything just the way it is, not based on the past conditioning. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Malti. Anybody else wants to share? Okay, someone's written, I felt calm. Thanks.
It was difficult to basically leave the judgment, but slowly it was, kind of going away. But still, it was still there.
Right, right, Samir. It's very good to even understand that you can observe something without judgment, and sometimes it's easier probably to do it in nature, because sometimes even in nature we say, okay, this is a nice plant and not nice plant, but you can start with nature. It's a little more easier to just look at everything in nature, whether it's a new plant or old tree, and all these labels we have put. If you can just remove all the labels and just look at everything as a manifestation of God, basically, that's how it translates in the end. Okay, I'm just looking at some comments.
Question, which is, it seems like being analytic, right? Kind of to some extent gives you, to judge and to evaluate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it has been conditioned in that way because of various things.
Yes.
So, I mean, it obviously is not going to go away, immediately, but over a period of time, what are the things that you can do to get away from, as you said, right, just following someone or an object or whatever it is.
Yes. So you're saying, how do we acquire the habit? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it's more like like how what you would say, like building your spiritual muscle. So it's been years of conditioning. So what you're saying is right. It does take time, to form, to get into a new way of living. And I wouldn't say it's easy, but I think for me, what has been encouraging is the level of peace that I keep getting as I do it. Sometimes even now I'm like, oh my God, so many years and I still slipped. So that happens. But I think as you practice these things, you start feeling calmer, and that encourages you to do more of it. Like, you first maybe, just 10 minutes a day you would do it, but then you like it so much, you will change your schedule so that you could do it a little longer. So then slowly it becomes like, a lifestyle, and the way you are actually, not even a lifestyle. It's basically that's how we were actually born. And when you need the necessity to analyze, like when you're at your workplace, or when you need to book a flight ticket, it's not a dumb kind of thing. It's a very intelligent observer. So you will be able to access that analytical part of you. But right now, what is happening is, whether we like it or not, even if you're going for a walk, the mind is chattering, right? So you don't need the chattering mind for your walk, or when you're with your loved one, right? So this takes back the power so that we use the analytical mind when we need it. It doesn't use us. Right, Samir?
Right, right. Thank you very much. That was a good explanation. Again, I'm judging by good.
I think to a certain extent we have to speak like that, but the thing is, like what happens is when we get into too much of judgments, what happens is, this sometimes just causes a lot of suffering, I feel, because sometimes, like, just to give a simple example, maybe there's a construction going on or some renovation going on, and if you can just observe the sound, we will do some more exercises on that, and stay as the observer of that sound. Then there is a wisdom which comes in you which says, let me speak to the owner not to do it in the afternoons, or let me use earplugs, or there's a intelligence which will kind of handle that situation. But when you get into the ego, what happens is it'll say, people are so bad, they're so insensitive, why does this have to happen to me, I want to meditate, and it's just the drama of the ego which causes us to suffer more. Okay. So
Thank
now
you.
I'd like you all, welcome, Sam. Like you all to all close your eyes, please. And this is a, very famous analogy in the spiritual field, but I think it's very, very powerful. So I'm using it here. So think of a movie screen. So there are no images on it. It's just blank. And it's a desert. It's very hot. You can see the sun. And people in the movie are suffering due to the heat. And then the scene changes to a hurricane. It's a very violent hurricane. And then the movie ends and the screen is blank again. So during these scenes, the movie screen is not impacted by the rain. It doesn't get damp. It's not impacted by the heat. It doesn't get warm, nor does it get burnt. And it doesn't sway when there is a hurricane. The movie screen is not in any way tarnished by any of the images after they disappear. It's pristine, unimpacted, and maintains its purity. Our true self, consciousness, God self, whatever name you want to call it, is like the movie screen. Thoughts come and go. Emotions come and go. Situations come and go. But it remains unimpacted. So when we are in tune with our true self, we allow life to flow from a higher energy, from higher wisdom. With the ego self, we are like a character in that movie screen who feels stuck in the desert, in the heat. But you are not that character. You are that in which the character appears. So with the ego self, we are very much bound to the past. We have so much unconscious beliefs. This is how my life has been, and this is how it's going to be. The ego is based on your past and future. So it can never think beyond that. Sometimes it can think positive, but that's how far it can go. So why would we want to operate as one small part of the infinite when we can be one with the infinite? So all our spiritual endeavors focus towards moving towards this true self. And I'm just saying moving towards, but in reality, we are one with the true self. So with your eyes closed, feel that you're a newborn infant. You have never opened your eyes. So you're not aware of anything called a world. You don't know your name. You don't know anything. Just drop everything that you know. Rather, don't pick up anything. Just stay as you are. So even if you don't know anything, there is one thing that you know. You know that you are here. Even if your name, your history, everything is taken away, you know you're here. So just reaffirm that I'm here. So even without thoughts, you exist, you're here. Please verify that in your own experience. This presence is called the I am presence. I am here. Just stay with that feeling, I am. Don't associate with anything, just stay as the I am. It's an intuitive knowing. So even if I tell any of you, you don't exist, you're not here, you will feel it even more strongly. No, I'm here. I'm hearing this sound, this voice. I'm here. This is the pure I am. I'll give you a few seconds of silence. Stay with this feeling. I am here. Very simple feeling. I am here. You don't have to work towards it. You are here. Very simple. I'm here. Stay. If thoughts come, not a problem. Come back to that sense. I'm here. When we are born, we are this pure I am presence. We are not identified with any name, with a body, with any kind of limitations. And that is the bliss you see in a baby and in small children. Just, I'm here. This is your true self. Unlimited. How does it feel to just be? Not to be this or that. Not to be a professional, a mother, a father, brother, sister. Dropping all of that. How does it feel to just be? Make sure there is no effort. If there's any effort, be aware of that effort and drop it. Simply be. And thoughts are not a problem. Just come back to the I am presence. Notice the calm, the peace. Notice the space. With your eyes closed, you experience yourself as an open, empty space. No limits, no boundaries, no color, no shape, no objective qualities. Okay, just a few more seconds. Stay with the I am here. Don't go into any other thought form. Just I am here. Very simple. The truth has to be simple, right? Now that you established your I am presence, we will, as thoughts come, realize that you are the one who is aware of the thought. You are the knower of the thought. A thought has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But you, the knower, has no beginning, middle, or end. You are constant. So is the knower greater or is the known greater? So we give so much importance to the thoughts. If we can pause and say, these thoughts are reporting to me. They come and go. I don't come and go, they come and go. Then you realize that being the observer, being the knower, being the witness, is a higher level of consciousness than the ego, because you can observe something, but the thought cannot observe you. So stay at this higher level. Now, the next thought that comes, as it comes, just drop it. You have this power. Stay as the I am presence. The next thought that comes, drop it. You have to do this because it's very important to verify in your own experience. The thought arises in me, subsides in me. I'm not a thought. I can drop a thought. This will really, really help you in your journey. Let's all try it now. No matter what thought it is, no matter how important it is, just for the duration of this meditation, you can drop it.
When you say drop a thought, how do we exactly do that?
Okay, suppose like I am in this I am presence, and now a thought comes that, I need to meet a friend at 4. So I can observe that a thought has come. Maybe I get involved also, and then I say, I need to travel by cab or whatever. So when you hear my word saying I am, what you do is take your attention away from that and come back to I am. So maybe I can guide you like that. So whenever you hear my word saying I am, leave that as it is and come back to I am. So you cannot hold two things, right? You either hold a thought or you hold the I am. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So if this time I hold this object, or if I drop it, I become the I am. So I go and take a thought like this. And then when I say I am, just come back to the presence I am. Okay, you become expanded. Okay, so everyone, that's a good question. So listen to my voice. When I say I am, you might be involved in thought. That's not a problem. Just when you hear my voice saying I am, come back to that I am presence. As simple as that. I am. I am. I'm here. I am. I am. I am. When you come back to I am, the thought is gone. So this way we take the power back. I am. And another thing you can verify is so many thoughts have come, so many thoughts have disappeared, but you are always here. So be the one who's constant. Is the one that comes and goes more powerful, or the one who's always there and cannot be removed more powerful? Verify this in your own experience. Is the observer more powerful or the observed more powerful? I am. I am. Two simple words. I am. All the masters have said, this is the pure name of God. This is your true self. I am. Relax into this. I am. I am. Okay. Now, as you open your eyes, try to be still aware of the presence I am, even if it's slight. Okay. Would anybody want to turn on their video? I would like to see some faces if you all are comfortable. Or else you can just share your experience with the I am meditation.
I am Krishnamurti.
Yes, yes.
My name is yes, Krishnamurti Nan.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would you like to share your experience with the I am?
Yes, I am experiencing sometimes like that. I am
Okay.
doing meditation. I am doing meditation. What you are gave today clue. Still further, it has strengthened my feeling. What I am doing is right.
Oh, okay, okay. So nice.
Okay.
Okay. Did anybody have difficulty in tuning into the feeling I am? Please share so that I can help you. Because for me, this has been the biggest support, I think, in my journey is this feeling that I'm, the I am presence. So Sri Ramana has
It was
talked
a
about it. Yes, yes, go on.
it was a very good technique or method to come back to or dropping a thought. So I never knew
Yes,
we
yes.
could do that. So I think but do you have to keep that frequency, or if you are there by yourself, how do you do that?
So yeah, I do have a guided meditation that you can listen to. I can share it with Ravi, probably he'll share with all of you. The beginning a little guidance is important, but I think the main thing, and yeah, then soon what will happen is in the beginning, you might have to go back to that feeling, I am, maybe every 10 seconds. But then as that I am is a very powerful thing. It's not just any other anchor. It's your purest form of consciousness. It's the God's name. So when you go back to that I am, what happens each time you're going back, you're choosing God's love over the ego strategy. So each time you go back, you're actually, going deeper and deeper into your true self. So first, maybe every 10 seconds, you have to say I am and drop the thought. Then what happens? 10 becomes 20. 20 becomes 30. So the gaps will keep increasing where you are effortlessly silent. But practice, yes, definitely is needed. Right?
Sure. Thank you.
Yes. So as I was saying, Mujiji has spoken of the I am meditation. Sri Ramana talks about holding on to the I, and that can lead to enlightenment. And Jesus Christ has spoken about I am the way. So all the masters have spoken about this. I wouldn't even call it a technique, frankly. I think it's your true self. So it's a way of, we maybe we wandered off a little. So it's really about recognizing and coming back. And another thing to note is, sometimes we say, I am sad. So that's not accurate actually, because sadness is an emotion that is happening in your experience. So we should start looking at the vocabulary also and saying, I am experiencing an emotion of sadness. And if you can, use spiritual methods and the I am method, and keep your distance, become the observer of the sadness, then the sadness will have less power over you. But if you get engaged in the sadness, the ego will bring up all the stories about the past, about other people that can drown you in the sadness. So thoughts come and go, emotions come and go, pain also comes and goes. But you are the I am presence, which is aware of all of these things, transient things that come and go. So if we are stuck in the changing world, then we are constantly tossed around. We feel happy one day, then we feel sad into it. But as you go into the witness position, there is a level of distance between you and what is happening, and that gives you higher wisdom to act in the most appropriate way. Any
Hello,
questions?
Madam?
Yes.
Hello, madam.
Yes,
Till
please.
Now I was doing meditation, thinking I'm doing meditation and consciousness. I was thinking, and I was taking consciousness to the higher, and merge with the universal consciousness. At that time, I used to feel that is in empty, no thought, nothing, nothing. In the empty space, everything is blank, nothing, only darkness. Empty space I used to be there. And also the outside disturbances, noise, other things, it is to come to the my notice, but immediately I used to reject it and again concentrated. Now what you give a clue or a suggestion that in that place, instead of I am vacant space, I imagine I will sitting before a screen, wide screen. So now with the disturbance, just observing wide screen. That is my consciousness. Any outside disturbances comes and loses that one, then I think it is only characters playing on this screen. Then it is easy for me to again, oh, it is characters only. So my consciousness clear. I am not involved in that one. That feeling will get. So thank you for that clue. Now I do like that. I am sitting before the screen.
Right.
Then all happening on the screen, it is only characters. I am not involved in that one. So that feeling I will get it. I think so. I will do like that from today. Very good suggestion, madam. That is required.
Sir, but just one thing from my experience is the highest meditation is without any images, you know. So this can be used for
Yes,
everything.
yes,
The
yes,
highest level, it's all emptiness.
yes, emptiness. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions?
Hello, Susitha.
Yes, Tripura.
Do we have to keep repeating the word I am always, or just once or twice will do?
So you stay with the feeling I am, and then if you feel a sense of calm and a sense of peace, just stay with that feeling. The moment the thoughts start coming, and you recognize that you're being caught in thought, uh, some wisdom inside you will say, I'm caught in thought, but but don't judge that you were caught in thought. You know, just come back to the presence I am.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So just give it. Okay, so the same example, you are the unlimited I am. Then unconsciously, without your knowledge, you pick up a thought. Then the moment some wisdom tells you, oh, you're caught in thinking, just say I am here, and this is gone. You go back to the infinite. So the picking up of the thought happens very automatically. You should not blame yourself. It's not about willpower or anything like that. It's just a very, very old habit. So we should be careful because the mind can judge and, say you're not doing a good job. And, so even that's just a thought. So, the mind is always about the future. Even now it might say, 10 days I'll practice, even those thoughts you can drop it. You don't need the mind's help. It is some higher power which has got you interested in this journey. So that higher power will take care of your path. So as much as possible, at least in your spiritual journey, don't use the mind for any judgments or guidance. And also for, people who are ready, when you sit for meditation, try to sit as the I am presence. Don't sit like a character in the movie who's meditating to become the screen. The character can never become the screen. Do you understand? So don't be a meditator waiting for something. Start with the I am presence, start with the truth. So sit with the feeling, I am here. I know my true self is here. I am this presence. And I stay true to my presence. If thoughts come, it's fine. Emotions come, it's fine. The leg is feeling uncomfortable, it's fine. I am the observer of all of this. And this is true for all of you, even if this is your, if you're very new to the journey also, you are already the I am presence. So if you start like this, it will make things easier, because a lot of people on the spiritual path, they follow the progressive path where they think that, if I practice for so many years, then I'll gain the truth. It's not like that. Maybe to remove the old habits, it takes time. But to become what you are, it doesn't take time. So it's like, I'm an Indian citizen, so I don't have to become an Indian citizen, right? So you are consciousness, you are the I am presence. You have to be bold enough to accept it and say, and if it helps, read some books on the masters who say that you are the I am presence. So if you can't trust yourself, trust in some master. So the whole idea of journey can prolong your journey. That's my advice. Okay, so if anybody doesn't have questions, we will do one more meditation. Okay, so just close your eyes.
Madam.
Yes.
When I sit for meditation,
Yes.
I don't think about I am. I will not do that I am. Instead,
Okay.
that I am with my Atma.
Okay.
No, sometimes I want to be with Atma only, detached from all worldly things. So I think Atma only, that is in my heart, Atma. I think on that one only I will meditate, and it will convert as and when time comes, it will convert to consciousness. Then
Yes.
that consciousness I concentrate, and on that I will meditate.
So actually, there is only one presence, right? Consciousness is all. So we give different names like
That is Jyoti. What is Atma? Everything it is that one.
yes. So I think the I am presence, they say it is, it is God consciousness, it's consciousness, it's awareness. So there is only one presence, but
Correct.
we are understanding
Yes,
different words,
yes, yes.
right?
Okay.
Okay. So close your eyes. So bring to your mind an image from your childhood. And as I talk about these memories, please don't bring any intense or difficult or sad memories. Always bring either happy or some neutral memory. So stay away from emotional memories. So bring about a memory from your childhood. Look, observe the body, the child's body. And notice that you are like really small in that image, in that memory, sorry. So just notice the details of the memory. Who are the other people in that? Who is aware of this memory? Something is aware of this memory, even though it goes years back. Who is aware of this memory? You could
My
say,
subconsciousness.
I think from your direct experience, can you say, I am aware? It has to be I, right? Whatever the I is, doesn't matter. I am aware of this memory. Now bring to your mind a memory from your teenage years. Notice that the body has changed. It has become taller. The scene has changed. It's a different scene here. Again, realize that you are aware of this memory. Now take a recent memory. It could be the breakfast you had in the morning or your morning walk. Notice that again the body has changed. Different from the childhood and the teenage body. The scene has changed, the place has changed. Now place all three images, the childhood, the teenage, and the current image next to each other. Notice that you are aware of all the three. You are aware of the past. You are aware of the changing body. You are aware of the changing places, changing situations. You are the witness of all the changes in your life, in your body, in your personality, in your beliefs. But the I that is aware of all these changes is itself changeless. Has the I ever changed? Really ask yourself this question, looking at the images and the changes. I, the observer of all of these 3 time phases in my life, have I really changed? Listen to the silence. Relax completely. Drop those images now. You can listen to me with your eyes closed. I suggest 2 exercises for everyone. One is any routine task that you do not label it as good or bad. What you consider routine, drop that label also. Try to notice that there is an observer who is observing that action. So when you're cooking and you're cleaning, just be aware of a dimension of observing. Right now, as we are doing this meditation, there is some presence which is observing all of this. Without any judgment, it's observing all of this. The session will be over soon, but the observer will be there. So do some daily task with the element of observing present in that task. The second exercise is spend some time in nature, observing everything in nature without any labels. Neither good nor bad. No knowledge. Doesn't matter what the botanical name of that flower is or the tree is. Those are just added layers. Experience the tree for what it is. Experience the flower for what it is. Not what the books tell you it is. Be in direct contact with nature. Don't add a layer of knowledge. Notice people. Notice children playing. Notice the sky. Notice the clouds move. Be like the sky who has no preference, whether it's dark clouds or light clouds or no clouds. How the sky is so open to all of the different manifestations. It's always open, always expanded. When you observe like this, you're observing that realizing that everything is a manifestation of God. So how can we judge something which is a manifestation of God? And I would like to add a third exercise, is to bring to your mind somebody in your life. Maybe start with somebody neutral and then maybe move to somebody you're having a difficulty with. And just maybe even it's just for 10 seconds, allow the ego's judgments to stop. Don't let the ego tell you who this person is. This person's true identity is God. So the ego will never accept that. So the silence and the stillness can reveal that identity of that person. And you'll notice how the relationship with that person changes when you recognize that his true or her true identity is God. So even if it's for 10 seconds, don't feel it's of no value. Just hold this person in your presence with no judgment. Jesus Christ protected everyone that the world condemned because he could see through the mind, could see the true presence in that other person. So let us take that effort to cultivate that love in us, which sees God in everyone. And even if we can take small steps, it will really, really be worth it because it brings so much love and peace in the heart. And at some point, the whole world will be seen as God's creation when we remove all these labels. Let's take small steps towards this, realizing this beautiful creation. If there are any questions, I'll take it now. Otherwise, we can end the session. Questions or comments, feedback? Happy to hear from some of you.
When you say that you should not be judging people, but if there is, I think it will be very, very difficult if there's someone who's harming you or a lot of negativity and stuff like that. How do you get past that?
So there is one thing. There is an intelligence inside us, especially when we tune into these spiritual methods, because God's intelligence is much beyond the ego's intelligence. So when we able to look at the behavior of the person as different from what the person actually is, so when we can look at all the emotions that we feel for the person, maybe there is a deep anger, maybe there's a deep irritation, right? And sometimes people project what's inside us. So maybe we've been hurt like this before. A lot of times we have repeating patterns, right? You say, why does this happen to me? Because we haven't healed what had happened before. So looking at the person as a mirror, which is reflecting what needs to be healed inside you. So first deal with your own emotions, what you feel for that person. And remember, the behavior of a person and the person are two different things. So the behavior of the person comes from their past, karmic patterns, their upbringing, what they were subjected to as a child. So differentiating between the two things, because, a sinner can become a saint. So it's just, those things. So again, work on your emotions. And then from your higher intelligence, you can do the right action. But you don't have to be invested in, oh, he's so bad. You don't need that frustration inside you when you're taking action. So even in your workplace, if you need to terminate somebody, you terminate it, but don't do it out of anger or hatred and those emotions. First, make peace with yourself. This is a behavior of the person. It is not suitable for my organization. I need to take action. And that action comes from a sense of peace, not from vengeance, not from, oh, he's so bad, not from that feeling of I'm better. So first make peace with yourself and then take the appropriate action.
Thank you.
So it never means that, we are becoming so saintly that, the world can harm us. We have an intelligence which says, don't touch fire, don't go too deep into the beach. That intelligence is always there. It doesn't get numbed because of this. In fact, it becomes, our wisdom becomes higher with these methods. So it's not like we'll be treated like a doormat, and those things don't happen. Though some people feel it happens, from my experience, it doesn't happen.
Any more questions from the participants?
Can I end with a prayer, please?
Hello?
Hello?
I think we can move to the other program, and whoever wants to say a prayer, please go ahead. After that, we will close the meeting.
Okay, I'll just say my prayer. Peace be with
Yes.
you. All my peace, the peace that is I, peace that is I am, peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace, I give it to you. My peace, I leave with you. Not the world's peace, only my peace, the peace of I. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, madam. Wonderful. Practically, you took us through the session and the ugly side of the ego and the importance of love. Susmitha, madam, it is really, really wonderful. Sorry, Susitha, madam, it was really amazing. And I think we should have more of your session. With one session, I don't think so it is enough. Now I request Dr. Sana to propose the vote of thanks.
Namaste, Mrs. Susitha Reddy. It's a very, very lucid, with such a beautiful clarity. You have done a presentation. Not only we had that lucid presentation, you really manifested what you are presenting. You truly manifested the kind of calmness, the kind of clarity, the kind of words you started using, really manifested what you are presenting. The witness consciousness, beautiful title it is. In this mundane world, we always seek witnesses from outside. All kinds of witnesses. They are of all kinds of lit with all fraud and all that, but never call for witness within. That witness within the consciousness is the true witness that gives you the right perception of what is happening with you, what is happening around you. Very beautifully you brought out this message. Of course, the participants may be having, is it really possible in our day-to-day mundane life with so much of confusion? Yes, it is possible. Only thing is, I am presence attitude, that kind of a feeling might help you to take a better decision, might help you to operate well. Secondly, you will always go into what is called win-win situation. Even when you are taking a very, very tough action, you are still trying to convey a message that anything wrong is not going to work in the interest of both the organization, both yourself and the person who is committing that kind of a mistake. So this is a profound message. That's where during COVID time, we need to get back to this meditative state so that we always feel I am presence and operate in this world, so that we create again, regenerate the same kind of oneness, the love, affection. With all our growth, materialistic growth, we need to ensure this. May God bless us with this wisdom. This almost 1 hour presentation has been had a very profound effect on all of us. It's so cloudy Saturday morning. It is very, very soothing. God bless you, madam, for this wonderful prasadam. This wonderful gift of presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sana. I thank Ravi and Ram sir for giving us this opportunity and this platform to hear these wonderful speakers every Saturday morning. And I request all the participants to go through our WhatsApp messages, and because all the upcoming programs are day to day, we are updating it. And in case if you are not on the list, kindly send in your name and your telephone number. We will see that the link is sent to you. And once again, ma'am, we thank you very much for this wonderful program that you have rendered to us. And I thank all the participants for being with us this morning. And I also thank the management of School of Ancient Wisdom. And stay safe till we meet again.